Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another Planty video. My name is Shannon and this is Planted 386. If this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by and showing my small channel some love. I appreciate you so much. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll consider subscribing. You can find me all over the internet on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. You guys mean so much to me, this little community. I love it here so much. It is by far my favorite platform. This week's shout out is going to go to Monef's Jungle, or Effie, and she also has a channel here on YouTube. I absolutely adore her content. She does beautiful editing and she lives in New York City, has a lovely plant collection, and I just think she's fabulous. So yeah, if you haven't checked her out already, I will have it down below. Definitely check her out. This week, you guys, we're doing sort of another vlog style video. It's like a Mod Podge of odds and ends from the past week or so since the last time I uploaded. I hope you enjoy it. I've really been enjoying these vlog videos. It's just kind of giving you a glimpse of like my life, you know? This is just my life. And so I'm happy to take you along on it. I'm trying to think of anything else I want to address. Oh yeah, the description box. I've been filling it out. I've always filled out the description box, but in case you are ever curious as to what products I'm using or that I love, I have been linking them down below. So yeah, I do make a small commission, but all of the money that I make from AdSense and YouTube and then any of these links, I am going to put back towards the channel into upgrading my editing software. That is my goal as of right now. So yeah, guys, we're gonna get into it. I appreciate you being here so much week after week. Thank you, and let's do it. Hey guys, I got my fresh bag of dirt in. Yay! Here we go. And I told you that when I got it in, sorry, the wrinkling in the mic is probably so annoying, that I would open it up and show you the consistency straight out of the bag. So that's what we're about to do. So let's go ahead and cut her open. I got these fresh new shears. I should not be using them for this, but I also could not find a single pair of scissors. And despite having a million pairs of scissors in this house, I couldn't find a single one. Okay, so straight away, what I love about this soil is it is so fluffy, you guys. I'm gonna show you inside here what it looks like and kind of talk about why I love it so much. Okay, so this is where I store my dirt. Unfortunately, I left the cover off, and so now there's a little bit of water in there. I will definitely drain that water out. It doesn't have to be like bone dry, but I don't like any like stagnant water. I'll get those couple leaves out. I like to keep my dirt as airtight as possible. But when I ran out of soil last time, I just forgot to put the cover back on. So I keep it in this trash can on wheels. Don't mind the leaves. It is a never-ending battle here. And here's the lid, right? So I keep it in a nice airtight lid. I think I got this trash can at like Lowe's or Home Depot, one of the other. But okay, so this is what's inside that bag of soil. Like this is freshly opened, and just like looking at it, I wish you guys could feel it because it is just so soft and airy. It's so fluffy. And to be honest with you, the aeration is absolutely perfect on this. Like this is, you guys, I know I go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about ProMix soil, but there is a reason for it. I feel like everybody should give ProMix out a try. You can see that there's a generous amount of fluffy perlite in there, but it just is so light and airy. You can see there's no bugs flying around, there's no critters in there. And to compare, I actually have this bag of regular Miracle-Gro right here. We're going to open that up too, and I'm going to show you the difference. Just like that, because there is such a huge difference in soils here. And I know $47 on a bag of dirt may seem excessive, but this lasts me a while. I usually cut it with just a little bit of perlite, or sometimes I'll use like my homemade pond that I have lying around just as like a backup option. And my plants love it, you guys. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to pour this into my bucket. I'm going to get that all kind of taken care of, and then we'll open this Miracle-Gro and I'll show you the difference. So there you go, guys. She's in her bucket. You can see that that bag pretty much, I mean, it's over half of this can, well over half full. And so yeah, like I said, this lasts me a while. I just usually cut it with, like I said, a little bit of perlite. That's really all you need. So while you're spending 47 bucks on a bag of soil, the thing is you really don't need to amend this with anything else. At least in my experience, I've noticed that by using a top grade soil, I don't have to buy all the other things to like make it airy enough or make it suitable enough for my plants. This is ready to go as is. But like I said, because I am a bit of an overwaterer, I do tend to cut it with a bit of perlite. You do not have to do that. If you're an underwaterer, I would suggest not to do that, because really, I just love this stuff, you guys. I just love it. I'm so glad that I found out about ProMix. I don't even remember. I think it was wild fern, because I know wild fern uses this, but I'm not really sure exactly how I got onto it. All I know is this is the soil for me for the rest of my days. She is magic. Okay, so let's get into this other bag. I'm gonna go ahead and flip you guys around. Sorry, it's gonna get a little wonky for a second. I could have been a professional and cut it, but you know. Okay, so now I understand that this is comparing kind of apples and oranges, right? This is an in-ground use soil. It's not marketed as an inside dirt, but the ProMix isn't marketed as an indoor soil either. So I just had this lying around. I use this for my outdoor plants, to be honest with you. I would never use this inside. But yeah, so this is their, you know, dirt. I'm sure you've all seen Miracle-Gro. So let's pull this pot over so I have a spot to put it, and we'll go ahead and cut this bag open. And I just, right away, the bag is, the dirt instantly has a smell to it. And you can just see how dense this is, you guys. So let me pick you up. We'll turn you around. You can see how dense this dirt is. Like, it's not nearly as fluffy. There's nothing in it. And I understand this is much cheaper, right? But it's a much smaller bag also. We're talking 0.75 cubic feet versus 2.8 cubic feet in the ProMix bag. So, you know, I mean, you have to buy multiple bags of this in order to do anything. And it's just kind of gross, honestly. I don't see any creatures in this. Actually, I lie, take that back. There's a little buggy there. I'm sure if I took the time to just really look at this, I would see bugs. What I do know is before I knew anything about plants, I used a lot of Miracle-Gro inside, and the fungus gnats I had was out of control. I at that point learned a little bit about that and using, you know, better grade soil, and I switched to Fox Farm. And though Fox Farm was a much better quality than this, I still had issues with fungus gnats. So yeah, this stuff is pretty much for outside only. It's all we would use this for is for the garden or, you know, whatever. It's better than Florida sand for sure, but it's not good for inside, guys. So on a separate note, outside of soil, I figure I'll let you see the seedlings that I planted. I don't know, this was a few videos back now, but I figure I'll let you see them. They are sprouting, guys. Look, they're looking good. So I'm gonna show you those. Everything is a mess out here, you guys, seriously. Like, I've been so busy, as I said in my last video, at the greenhouse now. I'm just struggling to find time to get everything I need to get done, but I love it out there so much that, like, yeah, I just have to figure it out. So it is Thursday today. And let me turn this around. I'll just kind of pop you in there so you can see. There is way too much water in here. I left the cover off to give them some air, forgot to put it back on, and it rained, of course, naturally. So yeah, I have some sweet peppers. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull this stuff out of here and then we'll empty it out and put it back in. This is a sweet pepper. My bunching onions, I got one, so I'm probably not, I'm not even gonna keep that. We have some radishes that are looking real cute. Roots for days. Let's see, another sweet pepper. Broccoli, which I've never grown broccoli before. I have no idea what I'm doing with that. We have some cauliflower. We have some more radishes. A poblano, which I'm stoked about. Instead of putting all these in the garden also, I am going to grow them. What are you? Maybe a bell pepper, maybe a poblano, I'm not sure. No tag. This is bell pepper. But yeah, instead of putting things in the garden, I think I'm going to just grow in containers, guys. I've been struggling with the garden and keeping the leaves out of there. So yeah, I don't know what you are, buddy. I think you're, I don't know, maybe more radishes. I wish I would have tagged everything. I tried to keep it organized. And then these are beets. So I love these containers, by the way. I think these came from Amazon, but I like that you can sort of adjust the height and everything just by pulling these tabs off. So anyways, we're gonna dump the water out of this and this one here. These are my other seedlings. These I actually planted way after my first round of seedlings. So this is a little cherry tomato. Looking cute. I have a pretty good time with cherry tomatoes, so I should be good on that. Another one. Who are you? Looking good. You are a beefsteak tomato. Tomatoes seem to love this spot right here, for me anyway. This is another beefsteak. Wow, I'm having good luck with tomatoes this year. I haven't had the best of luck in the past. I'm assuming that's another beefsteak. This is a Roma. Cute little Roma. Let's see, cantaloupe, which this doesn't appear to, this is not a cantaloupe. This looks like maybe a beet or something. We have a cantaloupe. Another tomato, another cherry tomato. Another beefsteak. I'm assuming this is beefsteak because it was right next to the other one. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know why I didn't tag all of these, to be honest with you. That wasn't my best move. So here we have, what are you? Oops, some more cauliflower. Look how wet this got, you guys. Ugh, gross. I'm ashamed. Some more celery, and it looks like some beets got mixed in there. So there's that. And then some more beets. So that's what we're looking at inside these boxes. And over here, I actually have some cucumbers that are looking real cute. Started those a while back. Wildflowers, I never have luck with wildflowers, so there's that. We have some cantaloupes and a watermelon. So these look pretty dry. I need to water. I haven't watered out here, you guys. I've been a bad plant mom. Over here, I have some summer squash growing, which definitely needs to be watered. Everything in here is pretty dry. So yeah, I need to go through the pergola today, water everybody, because like I said, I've just been so busy. I figure I'll show you the little peach tree that we got. If you followed that video, it was a few videos back now, but look at all of the peaches coming in, guys. This is our newer peach tree that we just got this year. She came with a bunch of flowers and she is really starting to look good. And she is putting out a ton of peaches. I cannot recommend peach trees enough. If you're looking for a really awesome producer that's going to be very gratifying right out of the gate, I would highly recommend a peach tree. So this is just our baby peach. We have a full-grown peach tree out on the side of the yard. I'll show you in a second, just to give you an update on her if you've been following along. And then this is our plum tree that we got this year. I've never grown plums ever, so this is our first plum tree, but she had the really beautiful white flowers. I was obsessed with this tree when it was in bloom, and she is covered in little peaches. So super excited about her. We like to keep our trees in pots for at least the first, year of their time with us before transplanting them into the ground. So yes, guys, we have fruit on. That's so exciting. I'll show you the big mama peach and mango just so you can kind of get an idea of what they're looking like. Also, I had started some starter herbs, and so I do have a little bit of time coming in. The tarragon's looking good. I haven't watered, so yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. This is cilantro. Or is this parsley? This might be parsley. I think that's parsley. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I let things go, but like I said, I just got busy and, things happen. And so we'll walk over here. Y'all don't mind the mess. Like, this got knocked down in the wind. It gets so windy over here. This is the things that I battle with. It makes it very difficult to grow in the garden in the back, and I just struggle with it. So this is Mama Peach Tree. Can you see all of the peaches we have? Look how big she is, guys. We need to chop her back some. But yeah, she's got a ton of peaches on, and I'm just hoping that the critters don't eat the entire harvest this year. They did last year. They raided the entire tree, so we got nothing. That's kind of why we bought the second one, to keep closer to the pergola. I'm hoping that they don't discover it before we can get some to harvest. They're looking really good though, as of right now. And then I would say there's probably, gosh, if I had to take a guess, probably like 70 or so peaches on. And then here's the mangoes, guys. This is how the little mangoes look as they're coming in. She is loaded. Last year we got a ton of small ones. This is definitely more than last year though. I'm not sure you can see them all, but each little spike has mangoes coming in. So they're literally everywhere. Usually these are our bigger ones, the ones that kind of sit lower to the ground, and then the ones that are up higher tend to be like the small ones. So yeah, I think this year we'll get a nice little harvest. Again, hopefully we don't have an issue with the squirrels like last year, but those guys are doing amazing. I need to get into this bed and clean all this out. It's looking crazy, but yes. Okay guys, it is several hours later and I just figured I would kind of show you what I did out here in terms of my seedlings, consolidating. Keep in mind, I'm really new to outdoor gardening, and so I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just doing the best I can. So this is one of those things where maybe don't listen to what I'm doing, but we're here for, you guys are here for moral support, okay? So broccoli, I just consolidated broccoli, cauliflower, radishes, and beets. I just consolidated them. I'm gonna see where this goes, and if they become really nice and beautiful, if I can get like 1 or 2 to really pop off, then great. I'll repot them into something larger. And then I realized that I have a ton of tomatoes that are actually doing really well. So these are cherry tomatoes. Traditionally, I do well with cherry tomatoes. So I'm not too concerned about those, but Romas, that's exciting. I have never grown Romas before. I have a ton of sweet peppers that are looking good. And then this big beefsteak, I can't take credit for this. We picked this up somewhere as a start, but it's doing really, really well. So in the next couple days, I want to up pot it, and we got this super cool trellis for it at Lowe's. So I want to make sure it's trellis sooner than later. And then I do have some beefsteaks also that are really coming along, really doing well. These are starts that I did. And I just left them in those prop boxes I showed you earlier. I just literally neglected them. And here we are. So I potted them up into larger pots. We'll see how that goes. I thought I had, where did I put my Romas? I had a couple Romas that were looking great, and I now cannot figure out where I put them. I'll have to find them. Anyways, so that is that. Really excited about it. And then over here, don't mind my mess, these are like what's remaining of the seedlings that I just felt like weren't quite ready yet. So we're leaving them in these prop boxes. I did empty the water out. Same thing here, just a few little babies that I didn't think were quite ready yet. So those guys are living here. We have a little yellow bell pepper here. This was a start from Bonnie Plants, so can't take credit for that guy either. I gotta find those little tomatoes. I don't know where I put them. Oh my gosh, guys, they're literally right here. So this Roma and these two are Romas. They were right in front of me. Anyways, I've never had Romas before, so I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. So this is all kind of experimental. I know for facts that tomatoes do really well right here in this spot. So I plan on just keeping them here and seeing how it goes. So anyways, let's take a look at the cucumbers, because I repotted some cucumbers too, and I'll show you them. Ooh, whoops. Okay, so these are all the cucumbers I repotted into individual pots. They were started in like a pot around this size, and I put like 4 or 5 seeds, so they were kind of all grouped together. So now we have several little babies, and if they all make it, great. If they don't all make it, that's okay. All I need realistically is like 3 to make it. So they're hanging out here. I'm thinking that I could put them up this wall, perhaps, just like maybe take this down. It's just zip tied, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. This is something we put up as like a selfie wall for when we have parties at the house. We can like just like line up as a group and have a nice backdrop. So that's traditionally what we set this up for, and also to kind of hide the barn back there so we're not having to like stare at it from the pergola. But no big deal. It's something that I can take down and put back up. It's also like, before we got this really nice stuff from Lowe's, we had bought this off of like, I don't know guys, Temu or something. I kind of got sucked in and I actually hate it. So it's kind of just back here, which it's already falling down, so whatever, to just like add a little bit more fluff to the front. But like I said, whatever, no big deal. It's kind of windy out here today. I'm hoping my mic is doing its job and blocking some of that out. But yeah, I just thought I would update you on that. I still need to get to this summer squash. I didn't have time before going to work, so I need to get to this guy. I plan on separating those out, and then I figure while we're out here, I'll just let you kind of peek at these Hoyas because they're looking so good. I actually chopped my Chelsea up a little bit. I felt like it was just, I don't know, over the winter my Hoyas always go through it a little bit. And because some of them are so large, I don't take them inside. But anyways, she's looking good. I fed everybody today. And my little anthurium here, this is my, I think it's Pappy Mag? Nope, it's Mag Pappy. So my Mag Pappy looking cute. I don't know what happened to her leaf right here, but she's got like a spot. Anyways, everybody got watered, and as I was watering, I noticed my Regale is about to give me her first leaf of the season. And so here's what she's looking like. She's so majestic and perfect, and she did amazing this winter. I did bring her in for like the coldest moments, but look at her, you guys. She's looking so good. She handled it like a champion, and we have her new leaf coming, which I will keep you guys posted on that because it's going to be amazing. And then I noticed this baby here is also giving me a new leaf. This is a no ID. We don't know who she is. That's kind of like what her leaves look like. So that's that. And then I looked at my Carnosa, my Hindu rope, my Carnosa, oh my gosh, Hoya Carnosa. You guys are probably screaming. You're screaming. Hoya Carnosa. Hindu rope, anyways. Compacta. Jeez. She's putting out all these sweet little tendrils. I looked up and I was like, oh my goodness, look at you. So she's doing good. And then sliding over, this one, my variegated one, is putting out all white leaves. Well, there's a little bit of green, but I did chop her. I think I chopped her here, actually, just to try out propagating, and nothing's happening, but she is giving me some new growth, which is cool. My Jose Bueno is out of control, you guys. Look at her. Like, she's crazy. So I am planning on propagating her. I'm going to let this leaf unfurl, and I'm going to take a nice top cut, I think. And then, I'm just going to chop her all up because she's crazy. And then over here, I have some other anthuriums. Nothing really going on just yet. It looks like we have a flower coming in. My fingers is looking a little crusty, but she has a new leaf coming in. So hopefully now that the weather is better and the humidity is gone, or is picking up, we should see less crustiness. I did move her outside because this is what she does to me. Her tips always get crusty and it drives me crazy. This is my little, what is this, Medellina orchid or Malaysian orchid? Something like that. And then you guys, my Spiritus, looking so cute. So I don't know if you watched my Spiritus Sancti video, but I did like a, what it's been like growing this plant. I've had her now for quite some time. She was a huge wish list plant for me back in the day. And anyways, this is her most recent leaf. And what I am noticing is now that she lives outside, she does not get the EFN issues as much as she did when she was inside. So I think she just didn't like living indoors. I did buy a hanging basket, and I do plan on hanging her in this pergola, and I cannot wait to see that transformation. I think it's gonna look so cool. Plus she gets beat up by this screen. It blows around. My Queen of Hearts looks like actual trash. So I think I'm going to restart this plant entirely. See a bunch of ants here. I'm not sure what that's about. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna start her over. It looks like she's already trying to do that, but this is what happens. She just, I don't know, it looks like she has scale. She does, she totally has scale. Oh no, God, I hate scale. What the heck, man? Now I need to wash my hands and not touch anything else and get this plant out of here. Well, there's my sign to chop her all up. All right, I removed her, got her out of here. This is a little update on my Hoya Crimson Princess. She's looking good. I did make some cuts on her just to kind of stimulate some new growth, which it seems to be working. because she looked really rough after winter. You can see like a bunch of bald spots, and this happens every year. This is another reason why my spiritus gets banged up. Look. It's always so windy here, guys. I live super close to the beach, so that's just kind of what happens. Yeah, and then I do have a few more little cucumber seedlings here that just couldn't fit on that fence line, so we're gonna try that out. I really need to get out here and tidy up again. I feel like I'm always tidying up this pergola. My water dragon is living out here now. My poor gloriosum that was looking so glorious, I had her in a favorites video a few months back. She's taken quite the beating. So not even so much winter, it's been my monstera toppling over on top of her in the wind, because as I just said, the wind here gets to be insane. But I wanted you guys to appreciate this time of day with me, because as the sun starts to set, it looks so beautiful in here, just the way the light catches. But yeah, here's an update on Miss Monstera Pants. She is out of control, you guys. I literally picked her up today and was like, I'm thinking about getting rid of you, because as much as I love her, she's grown to be too large for the space. I don't really know where else to put her. And so, yeah, it might be time to start over, just take a couple cuttings and just start from scratch. I don't think I'll ever be without a traditional Monstera. But, I mean, literally, look, you guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. She grows crazy. I don't even know, I have no other word for it. My crystallinum, my mama crystallinum is over here giving me a new leaf. I finally got her outside because, look at the wind, you guys. Because she was suffering in the corner that I had her in, and I knew it. I just knew that that corner was not giving enough light, and so yeah, since moving her out here, she's given me a couple leaves, so happy about that. She's looking cute. Hopefully that leaf comes in without any troubles. And that's pretty much the update on the pergola, guys. Just a little quick update. Keep you in the loop, because this is one of my favorite spaces. I need to tidy up all the leaves, get everything in order, make my chops. It's all starting. I think we're officially in the clear, and there's no worries for like frost or anything like that. Not that we really didn't have any worries this year, but. And then one last thing, this is my syngonium. She's looking a little dramatic right now because she was bone dry, and I did water her this morning, so she's kind of mad at me at the moment. But tomorrow I'll come out here and she'll be like all happy and perky and cute. She probably has, I'm looking for thrips, because sometimes she'll get thrips and I'll have to treat her, but I need to pluck off some of the dead leaves, but she's massive. I love a syngonium. They're just so happy, easy, you know, fuss-free. And then my gorgeous fiddle leaf. She's crazy too. I've thought about chopping her many times, thought about ridding of her, and I just can't bring myself to do it. I just love her so much, and it appears as though somebody's built a nest in here. I'm just noticing this. I'll have to show John. I wonder what we have. Somebody's built a nest. Now I couldn't chop her even if I wanted to. I'm so curious. Hey guys, good morning. It is Sunday. We have been working on this vlog now for about a week, I would say, since the last time I uploaded, so I guess about a week. And we left off, we found a nest in my fiddle leaf fig tree. That was where I left off. You're not gonna know that, but. So upon further inspection, turns out it's a little red cardinal, which like tickles my whole soul. So I got her some food. She's officially our pet now. I got her some food and some suet, ironically like a few days ago, and she hasn't touched it at all. So I don't know, maybe she doesn't like my food, but the thought was there. Anyways, I'll show you that. We also, John and I spent the entire day yesterday, so Saturday, literally the entire day. Usually I've been trying to upload on Saturdays, but I guess Sunday's the new day for me. It's a little bit slower for me around here on Sunday and a little easier for me to kind of allocate time for it on Sunday. But so today we'll finalize the vlog and we'll move into the next video, whatever it may be. And so anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so yesterday we spent all day out here tidying up, cleaning up all the leaves that you saw, cleaning up everything out here. And so I'm gonna walk you through one last time and show you all the things that we've done. I also chopped my monstera, like totally ripped it out of the pot. Epic surgery. So we operated on the monstera, and what else did we do? Honestly, guys, sweeping this space out here could take an entire day. The tree that drops all of the leaves, she drops them in bucket loads. I'm hoping that this is the last time. As I look at it, I see a lot of green and a lot less brown. So hopefully we won't be having to deal with that again, at least until fall, late fall. What else? What else? I think that's pretty much it. We'll just walk around. I'll show you that. Later, we're going to go to, actually in a little bit, we're going to go to John's dad's house because for his birthday, they got him a couple like beautiful pots. There's this place down the road that sells like beautiful pottery from like Mexico and little figurines and things like that. Actually, here's a piece. I'll grab it. Here's a piece from Barberville. This is just like, isn't really a good example of what they offer, but it was just like a little cheapy piece, and it actually broke because it's so windy here all the time. I tried to glue it, and the glue, sometimes super glue does this weird thing on pottery. So I kind of gave up on that. I'll probably use some E6000 and maybe try that anyways. So there's that. But anyway, we're gonna go over there, and I got him some flowers. I'll show you the flowers that I picked out for his pots, and we're gonna pot them up for him, and I'll take you along. He also has a beautiful staghorn fern there that's like, I don't know, this thing must be at least 50 years old. It has to be, it's massive. So I'll show you that too. I do have a reel of it on my TikTok. It was one of the first things that I uploaded on TikTok, but yeah, I checked on it the other day when we were over there, and I think I'll show it to you because it's really majestic. So yeah, we'll walk around and I'll show you what we did. Okay, so if we're coming through here, oh hi JMO, where are you going? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? No, 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 no. Okay. If we're walking through here, this is where I keep all my little seedlings. You can see like no more leaves. I literally, John and I swept every little leaf, and already they're back. There's some back. It's never ending, but this I can tolerate. It's when they're like all built up in the corners that makes me nervous for like snakes and things. But I put the tomato cage up. So we have a lovely little beefsteak tomato coming in here, and she's got a few more coming in right there. Oh, another one too. So I caged her and potted her up, so she's good to go. And then this pedestal was actually over where that trellis was that blew over. So John took that all apart, and by the way, that was like the worst purchase ever, he said. I'll have to ask him where he got that from, but he said it was horrible to put together, it kept blowing over, and it was horrible to take apart. So there's that. I wouldn't recommend. I think he got it off of Temu or something like that, which is like kind of what do you expect. But he had this idea of like a misting station, and it was cool in theory. Like he did have it set up, and it did work, but it's just not sturdy enough for our wind, as you can see. So anyways, I took the trash can where I keep my dirt for my indoor plants, and I moved all that around because things grow really, really good like on this side of the house for whatever reason. So I felt like it was wasted real estate. I've got all of my little seedlings here. And then I took all of, like, this is all freshly potted, some Sansevieria cylindrica. I had like multiple pots of them and I just decided to put them all together. I had a snake plant. I don't remember the actual name of this one. I'll have to put it on the screen. But this pot, it just had like a bunch of ugly looking ones, honestly. I think they got too wet. So I took the best out of the bunch and I just started a new pot. This is Sansevieria whalefin that was in the tiniest little pot ever. And we gave her a new pot. I guess we didn't fill in the pot very good there, Shan. So I need to add some more dirt. And then this is just a mother of millions that I propagated and just stuck in this dirt. So this is kind of like Sansevieria station, if you will. This is all empty now. These are some pots that need to be potted up. Poor thing, she's not looking so hot, but there's sign of growth, so hopefully she'll make it. She's got some growth. I know it's kind of backlit. And this is not the permanent plan for this little pad. We'll put some chairs out here. Probably the rocking chairs are gonna go here, and this will go away. And then over here, this is cactus corner, as we call it. It's the spot that gets the most direct sunlight in the backyard. So the cactuses do really well here, and I just kind of potted a couple of them up, whatever. I moved the bougainvillea here. I need to figure out what we're gonna do with this because she's outgrown this trellis. She's like hanging on by a thread, and it just doesn't look very good. I like her here, but I don't like this setup. So I need to get something to stabilize her. And then I just moved my dirt here. So that's kind of the new setup over here. I also had to go through and my succulents, I had a beautiful few pots of succulents, guys, that I had been working on for like 3 years, just letting them grow. Like this one here had succulents draping over the pot and they actually were blooming. And upon further inspection, I realized that they had scale. So I don't really mess with scale. If I see scale, I'll either cut the plant back entirely or just throw it away. I don't like scale. It spreads like wildfire, and honestly, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I took the petals that didn't have any scale and I just started all over again. So I have just some miscellaneous, I don't know the names, but I just put some petals in here. These are just cute little, like, florets that I put in. And then this one's my favorite. Look how cute. So cute, so cute. So we'll let these go. We'll see what happens. And, traditionally in the past, I've had really good luck with propagating succulents. So I think it'll all work out. Kind of trimmed up this little Dracaena here. So that's kind of the view of this little space. And then if we walk around, John's having his morning coffee. Hi guys. So seedlings are looking good. It's been a few days. So some of them, not so much. Like my thyme, I have a hard time with thyme. I have a hard time with thyme. And, I don't know, herbs, I have a hard time growing, but I think they just stay too wet, honestly. But yeah, these are just the little babies that I felt like needed more time. If they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. And then over here is, I still need to tidy up this part of the couch. These are just like miscellaneous pots. Got to put the brooms away, the blower away. Cute little jade here. And then I didn't show you these the other day, but this is my summer glory now, guys. Isn't it so sad? She got shredded by the monstera when it fell over. One of many times it fell over. So, and it looks like this leaf is all mangled as well. I think she was working on that leaf the last time it dumped on it. So we're kind of starting over with the summer glory. In fact, I'm really sad about that because it was looking so majestic and now it just looks like trash. This is my Plummonii, which ever since moving her out here, she has really, really taken a liking to it, and she's got a new leaf coming back here. So we're just gonna let that go and see what happens. I love crawling philodendrons. I think I prefer them actually over climbers. And then this, honestly, I'm not even sure is going to come back. This is a Rhaphidophora decursiva, or dragon's tail philodendron, and it's my neglect, honestly. I just put it out here as a last-ditch effort. I may have to try to propagate it, but yeah, that's that. And then I cleaned up this here. This had like a bunch of just dead pots, so my little philodendron silver sword. And then my apple cactus also had scale, so that's the only one of the bunch that didn't have scale. So we started over with that as well. And then my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, or mini monstera as a lot of people call it, this took up the entire pole at one point. It was so lush and beautiful and magical, and I honestly don't, I think it got thrips. I'm not sure. I don't really remember what happened. I just know that it ended up fizzling back, dying out. Yeah, so I started this completely over. All of these are little props that have been propagating, except like there's 2 vines that are the taller vines I've had on here. But all this down low are little props that have been marinating, and I finally put them all together and set it up yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how it goes. This is my little black bat plant, and I potted her out of terracotta and put her in this plastic pot. I think she'll be better off in it. These are pretty dramatic, like just like a peace lily. So yeah, I think she'll be happier in that. This is my Queen of Hearts that had a bunch of scale all over it. So I cut every single leaf off except this little one here that didn't have scale. And we're gonna start over from scratch. This never really did well for me anyways. I got it as a beautiful, like huge plant, and it just, I don't know what it is. So maybe starting over from scratch will be a good thing. And then let me see if I can show you a little bird butt. Let's see. Oh, I spy. Can you see her little bird butt, guys? Right there is her little bird butt sticking out of the nest. And then this is just some suet. So I hung it here hoping that, you know, she would find it, and she still hasn't found it. It's been like 3 days, so I don't know. Cleaned up this whole area. These are the flowers that we're gonna bring to John's dad. So these are just some perennials that we found at Lowe's. There's a salvia too. Oh, I moved it into the pergola just for funsies, but I'll probably bring the salvia too. These produce these really pretty white like flowers. So this is, I got them all on clearance for $4 a piece. So that's what, I got 2 of these, this one here and this one here, which looks much prettier. But this one has a bunch of blooms. The white one has a bunch of blooms, so it will be pretty. And then I got these 2 to kind of add a little bit of blue in the pot. So I got 2 of those. So all this for, I think it was 16 bucks for all the pretty flowers. And then if we go into the pergola, this is what we're looking at. So there's the monstera, totally chopped up, guys. Put her in this pretty pot. And I think she looks so much better. Whew, it's bright. Yeah, I think she looks so much better. I kept her most like mature vines and a couple of her smaller vines to kind of fill out the bottom of the pot. I don't know if this leaf will make it because she was pushing that when I like literally tore her to shreds. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it will just, usually I propagate them first in like moss or whatever and then pot it up. But the aerial roots were so great that I thought, that should be fine. So I chucked her in this pot. Hopefully everything works out. And then I kept a couple here. I like to do this periodically. I'll just take like chops and I'll just put them in this really pretty like urn. I think it looks so cute. And as these propagate, I'll take them to the swap and whatever. There's a little Pariso Verde cutting in here. There is a Glorious cutting in here. So this is kind of what I use for any props that I have that I want to start for outdoor plants. And then there's that Mama Crystallinum leaf. gloriosum. So this is just kind of, I reset my Florida Ghost entirely. And then I did end up getting my Spiritus Sancti in a hanging pot, and I love it so much more like this. I have a video dedicated to this plant entirely, and I had the hardest time growing it indoors. It would give me so much EFN, like, look at all these burn marks on the leaves. And I don't know what it was about growing inside, but I just can tell you that it absolutely hated it. So I moved it outside, and this leaf is so sick, right? Like, we're starting to really get into that, like, traditional Spiritus look. Unfortunately, it looks like this lobe, well, it might make it. It might be all right. I love this plant, and I can't wait to see it kind of like take over this hanging pot. I really like it hanging. I think I prefer it for sure. And then, yeah, that's just kind of what we're looking at. Here's this little salvia that I moved this, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to put something in it just for my own, like, it looks so cute. This is a thing that we got from Barberville, the place with the pots. And yeah, I need to, yeah, we'll take that out and we'll take that over there. Everything tidied up in this corner, no more leaves. I still haven't chopped my Jose Bueno because it's working on that leaf back there, but as soon as that leaf comes out, I'm going to chop her and start that over. And then my Regal leaf is out, guys. Ooh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I guess I'll walk you guys real quick through here, the Planty corner. I need to pot her up, and I do plan to do that like sooner than later. She's not liking this pot. I knew it. When I put her in this pot, I knew better, but I did it anyways. But what I wanted to show you guys is officially my third Hoya bloom. So this is my variegated Bella. If you watched my last video, my favorites, I showed her off, but these are her little flowers. Oop. Focus. So cute, guys. I'm so stoked about it. I had hoped that the variegated version would produce like a different flower than the original Bella, but nope. She's loaded. She's loaded with blooms. This one still has yet to open, but we have two open. Oops, get in the frame, Shan. Ah, so cute. But no, they're exactly the same, so that's interesting. Anyway, I am just so excited to have some little Hoya blooms. I'm pretty stoked about it. What is going on with this Hoya here? What is happening with its new growth? What is going on with you? Let me pull you down. Let us look. Looks like she's got something going on. Yeah, she's got a ton of bugs on her. What the heck are those? They're like little tiny white bugs. What the heck is that? They look like little, I don't even know, guys. I've never seen anything like it. What is that? They look like little spiders almost. You're never going to be able to see that because the camera's just not going to pick it up. But, well, let's spray her down like right now. Wow. Gross. This was a recent like Lowe's pickup. Or no, maybe it was Home Depot. Might have been Home Depot. Woo. Yeah, I hear you, Sam. What you talking about? We're gonna really drench this girl. Right. So we'll just let that do its thing, and we'll check on that later when we get back. Anyway, there's our new Delta leaf. Things are looking really good. I can definitely tell that we're coming into, you know, warmer weather, more humid weather. because things are really starting to pick up around here and I love it. I still need to separate her. That's on my list of things to do. I want to pot up some of my Hoyas because they dry out too quickly in this cabinet. So yeah, we have some stuff to do and we're going to get into it in this next video. So the next time we're together, I will be potting up all of this stuff and I will be probably doing the Q&A, guys. I think that's when I'm going to incorporate that Q&A. So final chance to ask any questions if you have questions for me. Ooh, look at that new leaf coming in up there on my anthurium. Ooh, I can't think of the name. Why can't I think of the name? I'll have to put it on the screen, drawing a blank. That always happens. Any other time I could rattle it off, but the minute the camera comes on, I'm like, ooh, you're putting out some cute leaves. Okay, guys. This is all the stuff for my plant swap coming up that I have to take. Pretty excited about it. So just little props and things. We're gonna take all these things. We're not taking this. This is staying, but I think this is staying and this Hoya is staying, but everything else on the shelf is going. Everything down here is going. Maybe not this guy. I'll probably just put this on the free table. It's just a sad little start, but if somebody wants to put the time into it, it'd probably be fine. And then my cute little philodendron silver stripe. So we have some things. I should put this girl outside too. Yeah. You know what? I think we'll do that. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but we're going to take her outside. Yes, guys. All right, guys. Another thing that came in the mail that I wanted to talk to you about is I have been wondering about my lighting, and I have always been curious about knowing exactly how much light I am getting in the planty corner and throughout the house, because there's certain things that do really horribly in the one corner that I have my plants in, and well, not certain things. Usually, yeah, I guess certain things. Some things do okay, and some things just absolutely hate it over there, and I'm assuming that it's because the lighting is not great. And in general, I've just been curious to see, to do a little research on light. So what I want to do is I want to research anthuriums in the wild and the approximate light that they get, and kind of duplicate that in the house to the best of my ability. Now, for the most part, my anthuriums grow beautifully, but I would like to know this information. I'm just nerdy like that, and so I thought that I could do some research on light measuring and things like that and maybe do a video on it. So I picked up off of the Amazons this cute little light meter, and honestly, I didn't know what to expect because this was the more affordable, I don't know, most of them average about $25. I don't have lights on either. I'm sorry, guys. This is just a little clip, and I didn't want to set up all the lighting. Plus, we're going to John's dad's in a little bit. So anyways, please forgive me. I picked the lesser, expensive of the options, and so this looks like it's from McBozel. I'll have it linked down below if you're curious, but yeah, it's just a cute little light meter. Came with the instructions. I definitely need to research, I need this, so I kept it. Normally, you know what happens with instructions. It's tossed to the wind, but I decided to hang on to this because I really need to, it does kind of go over some things. So measuring your lux and foot candles and things like that, but I need to do some research on it. And here's the light meter in itself. So it just has this little cap. How do we take you off? Right here. So you take the little cap off and you just power on, and it immediately starts measuring the light in the space. So I want to I want to play around with this and just sort of see exactly how this device works, because I know that there's like settings where you can store the different light measurements, and it measures in lux, it measures in foot candles, things like that. So I want to research the device itself, and then I want to research how to utilize the device, and then I want to take measurements throughout the house and report back to you. I just think it would be kind of like a cool experiment, and I just thought, why not? You know, it's something I've always been interested in learning that I know nothing about. And so, yeah, I thought it would be kind of cool. Anyways, this was like $11 or $12. So I feel like a really good price for like what you're getting. And yeah, so stay tuned. We'll do a little light segment, and I'll tell you everything about the Planty corner in terms of lighting, and maybe inspire you to do the same. So we're in the car and we're heading to Poppy's house, and we're gonna plant those plants. But I thought I would give you a little tour of the scenery. You know, that's what a vlog is, right? It's like giving you the life of. I'm really enjoying these vlogs, for the record. Yeah, so let's turn it around. There's a little park. This is right up the road from the house. You can't really see much, but there is the river right just past that. And it's actually a BMX like trail through here. So sometimes you'll see like little riders. I saw a dad and his kid the other day. But yeah, so here's some Florida scenery for you guys. For those of you that are up north and it's still cold, we're in full-fledged spring. Everything is bright green. No more leaves. Got a guy riding his bike. Ooh, I think that was a rock or something.
Yep, a little rock.
Yep, so we're on our way.
Twists and turns.
In fact, I think I got it.
Here's the urns, guys. There's the posies. So we're going to put the flowers in.
You have another square one, right?
Okay, so these are all from Barberville, that same little place that I told you about. But this is Poppy's yard, really pretty. So let's go for a little walk. He's got this cool little fire pit and this cute little path that we're not taking, but we'll take it now. And we're gonna go to the staghorn fern. Look at these pretty flowers. Some iris. Pretty. There she is. Look at the mount on this thing. Isn't that amazing, guys? She's just waking up from winter. Here's like a fresh frond. I think she's getting a little bit too much direct light. When we first put this here, it took me, John, and his sister, maybe even somebody else, to like hoist this thing up. It's only sitting like, I don't know, what, 4 inches off the ground, but just to even hoist it up, it took all 4 of us. Anyways, this tree had a lot more branches, but he had it trimmed, and I think she gets a little bit too much light here. I do worry about that. But yeah, amazing, right, guys? This thing is so old, and she is so heavy. But yeah, that's her. And then he's got these like animal figurines that they all came from the same place as the pots. Cute, the little deer family. Gotta watch for landmines because the dogs do their business here. Isn't that pretty, guys? It's looking so good. It's supposed to be like 89 degrees today. Can you believe that? It's crazy. And then look at this pothos, guys. Just growing right in his yard. Look at that. It's kind of backlit, but isn't it huge? Crazy. That's how they grow down here. I actually took a cutting from this, I want to say a couple years ago now, and I just put it on a board, but I think, I'm trying to find the cut mark. Look at these aerial roots, guys. Look how thick this stem is. I don't know how well you can see that, but isn't that crazy? Crazy. Look at these roots. Can you see how thick they are? Unbelievable. Look at that leaf. Amazing, right? And then, yeah, he's got this little area over here. This is a little orange tree that definitely needs to be repotted. So we're going to take him out of the pot and probably put him in the ground. Some ferns. Everything grows so nice here in his yard. And then this is a little lemon tree, I believe. His lemon tree actually looks really good. Actually, this might be the orange and the other one might be the lemon. I can't remember, but they're both little citrus trees. Yes, guys. That's the other view. It's like a little oasis over here. They're all in there chatting, meeting of the minds. Here's some pots from that place, some more pots, but they're known more for like this style pottery. Yeah? Yeah?
What's the name of that big climber?
It's a pothos?
Pathos.
Hawaiian pothos?
It's a variegated pathos. They sell the small ones in Lowe's.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you're liking these vlog style videos. The next video we do is going to be a repot and chat Q&A style. So if you have any questions for me, definitely let me know down below. I have compiled the questions that I've already gotten, and I'll probably post something on Instagram this week. But yeah, I am always happy to be here. I am always thankful that you guys stop by, and we'll see you very soon. Bye, guys. What is it?